My vivid memory is one, the locker room and its location and how well it's situated. Very luxurious. The second one was just playing with my teammates. I remember some throws from Todd Beckman that I caught. I'll never forget. Like I caught like a tight hitch, I think around the hash on our right side, and I got vertical quickly, and I should have scored, and I got hawked and didn't score. But it was like a 50-yard game or something like that. So I have some memories of being at Purdue. I did not as a player, no.
Brian, if Rebecca is limited at all on Saturday, would that be Xavier first in line? Would that be Cornell or Brandon? How would you address that?
That's a secret.
What's the pecking order in a normal game if Rebecca comes up?
That's a secret.
What does Xavier provide off the bench?
Xavier can do it all. I mean, I think, you can see him from the last game last year, whether he's playing first game and last game, whether he's playing in the slot or whether he's playing outside or whether he's in the backfield with the quarterback. I think he's very capable of doing all of that, and he provides that that ability to switch. I mean, we've done a little bit of that this year, and we're continuing to build on it. And but X is excellent, and everything he does. I look forward being in a situation where if Meck would be down, the opportunity that he will have.
Is Cornell Tate ready for extended duty?
What's that?
Is Cornell Tate ready for extended duty if you need him in that regard?
I always like to think so. I think there's always a handful of guys that are ready to play, just like Mecca and Marvin were, and back in 2021 for the Rose Bowl. So that's always the goal. You never know until you know, but I think the work that's being put in throughout the week gives me lots of confidence.
For the sake of asking, how deep do you think the room is in terms of people you trust to play Saturday?
I think we have a really good 2 deep, and I think that I expect that to grow, not just numbers wise, but the density, like how good that 2 deep is. But I feel like we have a really good 2 deep when it comes to the receiver room.
Coach Hart, any thoughts on running the football?
The 2 deep? That's 6 guys.
That's a secret too?
Oh, they all are secrets.
Yeah. How do you think you're running the football?
Not good enough. I think that we need to be I think that anytime you throw the ball or run the ball, you are evaluated when you need it most. And I think that's important. I think that, it's kind of like when they know you're going to run it, how well do you run it? And when they know you're going to pass it, how well do you pass it? It's a good indication. And it's all-encompassing. It's the guys on the perimeter blocking. When you're throwing, it's the guys in the interior, blocking for the quarterback. So, we don't play basketball. We play a total team sport. And to be successful in either one, you need the whole group. And, but I think that we could do a better job on the perimeter. We can always do a better job. And we need to do a better job running the football.
Brian, do you think throwing it more often would open up the run game?
I don't know. What do you think?
You're the expert.
No, I'm just saying. I'm just kidding around. But, I mean, yeah, it's always easy to be the naysayer. I mean, at the end of the day, you're critiqued and evaluated on the opportunities you've had. So, to take 10 more reps and to throw it 10 more times, to run it 10 less times, I'm not sure that helps the running game. I mean, so I don't know. I don't have a take on that. I think that we just need to do a better job in both areas.
Brian hasn't played the last snaps yet. Is he someone who at this stage of the season is ready to play a bigger role for the team?
I would say that, in order to, I would say this when it comes to guys playing. I mean, we don't just rotate the left tackle. We don't rotate the right tackle. We don't rotate the center. We don't rotate the guard. I mean, our responsibility on the perimeter in the receiver room is to make sure we put the best 3 guys on the field as much as possible to help our offense. We're not going to cater to, make people feel good. I mean, I want everyone to feel good. But at the end of the day, we owe it to the team, and we owe it to this offense to put the best guys on the field at all times. So until that changes, until that you are taking reps, quote unquote, from somebody, then you get more reps on the field. Mecca was not taking reps from Jackson back in 2021, and Marvin was not taking reps from Garrett back in 2021, but you guys never asked me about that. So now we're going to ask about it because I don't know if it's a good comp. At the end of the day, we have a good room, and they're playing their tails off, and I'm really happy with where they are, and that depth is being built, and I'm always going to put the best 3 guys on the field as possible.
Well, I wasn't really asking whether he should be playing over the guys. I guess I'm just saying.
Well, it has to. In order for someone to play, it's going to pull somebody else off the field.
All right, I guess I'm just asking a short assessment of where he is.
Well, I think he's doing a great job. I mean, if you ask me how Brandon's doing, he's doing a great job. I think that he's buying into his role. He wants to help this team more than ever. We talk about it consistently, and I think he's going to be a guy that will give us an opportunity, probably a punt return if needed, and also the depth in the slot. I mean, I'm very grateful with where he's at and the steps he is taking. Absolutely.
Brian, when
Ryan said it was a gradual process. Where does that stand right now?
Got to ask Coach Day. Got to ask Coach Day.
Brian Marvin Harrison of the game said that with the injury, it's a collective effort to kind of manage that, put him in the right positions to make the plays he did on Saturday. What goes into managing that with that kind of injury?
Well, I think that anytime you have a group in general, right? I mean, their health is, most important. Like we just talked. I mean, my job is trying to make sure we have the best 3 guys possible on the field at all times. That includes injury. So do the best you can on exposing these guys to certain things, and make sure you put the guys in the best position to make plays. So when you have someone has a little ding up, it's like the timing is so critical with the quarterback. The work during the week is really critical. And obviously the week on Saturday is just a combination of all that. But there's a lot that goes into it. We're very mindful of it, but we make sure to get the reps we need to make sure we're successful on Saturday. We're also trying to limit them. So there's a lot to it, but it's a 2-way road. Marvin's done a phenomenal job, and I think we're very in tune to where he's at.
Brian, what do you think? How has Caden Curry taken to this new role on the offensive side?
Caden's awesome.
What does he bring to the table?
I think everything he brings defensively. I mean, he's tough. He's willing. He wants to. He's a joy to be around. I think that we're very happy to have him be a part of our group at times, and he really it just says a lot about him.
Brian, you as a coordinator, though,
Last couple questions for Brian.
You like to have that in your hip pocket, right? I mean, that kind of guy. What kind of brought that along, from a history standpoint?
I think we took notice of where he was, in high school, things he would do. He did some things like that in high school, and I think that just very willing. I mean, you can see guys, whether, on the defensive side of the ball, what they could do maybe offensively, and just knowing the athlete and knowing the individual. He may have even, we may have threw it at him, and he may be like, yeah, I'd be up for that. So it's kind of everything is part of the equation. But no, he's great, and glad he helps us out.
He's back there, wing it, check that arm.
Yeah, maybe he should play quarterback too.
Go ahead, Rory, last question.
Brian, how much more comfortable are you in the role of offensive coordinator now that, not that you were uncomfortable before, but,
fair question.
6 games into the season with the reps, how are you feeling as an offensive coordinator?
Yeah, I think it definitely has grown. I think that, it's kind of like when you're trying to think of a good analysis. You think you're ready to be a dad, and you're ready for it, but you get better at it, as the months and years go on. So I kind of, you think of it the same way. You think you're ready, and then until it actually happens, like a dad. And then, but that being said, I'm surrounded by great coaches. I go to them whenever I need to. I go to Coach Day whenever I need to. I bounce things off them. So, just like I think our receiver room and our offense feels very confident because of the guys in that room, I feel very confident because of the guys that surround me in the staff room. So, I think what I can learn from them, the growth I've had since then has been awesome. Yeah, thanks for asking.
Coach, thank you very much.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thanks,
guys.
Folks, we have Coach Larry Johnson on the North 20.